Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is the Rise of a Nation, it is episode 151. Today we have the group stage draw of the Champions League yet again. It's basically Groundhog Day. Welcome to what this series has become. It's become Champions League group stage draw, Champions League group stage games, Champions League games. And just hope one season it ends in a final that we win. Look, after last season, I'm not over it. It's probably been about 4 days. It's keeping me up at night, the fact Jose Ramirez has gone and given away that penalty. I really did think the year just gone was the year that we could have done it. A lot of bids are coming in for a lot of my players. I'm trying not to sell. More importantly, though, we have made the big sale of Jose. He is gone for 15 million, 2 leads. Just get out of my football club. And look, that was done on said and done. And yeah, sad note, Hannibal actually has left us as well. 475k. Hannibal, the animal, great player. Didn't want to renew a contract because he didn't want to be anything other than an important player. And I was like, look, mate, you're 34. You're not going to be. And then in the end, a few clubs came in for his value with 6 months left in his contract. In the end, took the money. I would have loved him to stay, but it is what it is. We had Lucas as well come back on loan. I just didn't think he was going to be good enough. He's got good stats, just don't think he's going to be good enough for the amount of strikers I have here. We let Lucas go, but the big one that has happened is Musa Actus has a release fee in his contract, or had a release fee in his contract. It was actually met by a Chinese club. I think it was Beijing. Beijing met it, and he wasn't particularly interested in Beijing. But what happened was PSG was always interested in. PSG just turned around and said, you know what, we want him for 40 million, off you go. I really do think he's going to become one of the world's better players in PSG, because he's going to go develop in a league, in a system that will, you know, they will play him, and, you know, their facilities are very similar to ours, but in a higher division, better, you know, experience of a higher standard of football. I think that if Musa plays for PSG in the next couple of years, you could really see him turn into a great player. I wish we could have done a deal with them. I was actually trying to get a deal done with him for Spurs, 35 million plus 50% whatever he sold on for. Spurs didn't like that, and in the end parted ways with the deal, and then in the end the Chinese club came in for 40. I'm actually happy with the money. It's really good because we actually have spent on one player and one player alone. If you watched last episode, you would know that I've done my my 150 episode, who do you think my Dream 11 would be? But you also know that we did talk about the squad briefly, that I feel like that with a lot of guys back on loan, which we have done, I will make one signing where I think we definitely needed, which was left wing, and this is the left winger. Wim Smet had a 25 mil release fee. I think he's fantastic, just physically absolutely unbelievable. Physically pretty damn good too. Got great passing, good vision, great dribbling, and good crossing. He's currently training that crossing too. When he came to, he was 4-star, so I don't know why he's now dropped down to 3-star. Maybe to do with his form, but his form in the league has been alright. So I don't know. Yeah, switching between 3 and 4 stars. The reason why we signed him was he's like 3.5, 4 stars. It just shows you how good Carlos is at the minute as well. Just wow, yeah. We got some wingers, and Nildo's up to 5-star. It's just sad that he doesn't want to sign a new deal. I really, really hope that we can get out the group of the Champions League and he would want to stay. Important to note, Luka Vertut has come back. I'm actually playing him as the ball in midfield and defend. Nothing against Neri, and to be fair, we've actually started playing Neri at centre-back, and his form is incredible. Look at the stats. 15 work rate, 15 team rate, 17 positioning, physically a monster, mentally got the right stats in the right areas. I think he's really good. Ludovic Vertut, as much as he could play left and right, he's in there. We actually have had injuries to Carlos with a longer-term injury as well. He's missed a few games. Ravel, who would have played on the other side, is in there. So Neri's actually come back in. And Neri's form has actually been really good, and got a player of the match just gone. So, yeah, look, we look pretty good in the league. We have changed one thing, and that is the roles. We've gone with an advanced playmaker and a Mazzala. Just Nildo is that good as Mazzala that you just let him go and run. And what it does in Mazzala, it's the first time I've actually had Mazzala work at SFB, is because he's getting in the channel and getting like beyond the strike and getting in between centre-back and full-back. It's very noticeable that when he does that, things happen, you know. He picks the right pass, or he scores a goal, or we have a moment. In the end, 5 games, 5 assists, and all of them from open. Maybe not. He's actually, I think one was a backstick header for Carlos from a dead ball situation. But yeah, and then all his 3 goals. 1 or 2 have been lucky, to be fair, but that's what I like. It's because he takes up these very good attacking areas in the Mazzala role, which he hasn't been doing in the advanced playmaker role. He's been running at people. In the Mazzala, he can still run at people, but from a lot higher, but he gets in positions to score, and he's a very good goal scorer. A couple of them have been shots that are blocked, and it falls to him, and off you go because of that good positioning and play. Somariva hasn't been the guy here. It's actually been Ronald. Ronald, by the way, very upset because I rejected about 20 million from PSG for him. If you have a look at Ronald as an advanced playmaker and attack, apart from lacking the natural dribbling and probably the natural flair that you want to see, he's got great passing vision, technique, and he bombs up and down. And I've actually think he's been fantastic for me in this role as well. And you can tell with the guys kind of where we go. And we've played 5 games in the league, won 5, and a lot of the time in the 4-3-3, we've always been, when we've been the better team, we've kind of lacked people around Nielsen, who's starting up front. And what I've done is I've gone advanced playmaker on attack and a Mazzala and really had the ball-winning midfielder holding. I wish I did this with Gildo. We've always gone box-to-box to kind of give us more cover in the big games. It's something I may move to in a bigger game where you need to defend a bit more, go to box-to-box and a Mazzala or an advanced playmaker on attack. I think when we're the better team and we're meant to be the better team, Mazzala and advanced playmaker attack, get them really up and close to the number 9 in Nielsen or Lars or the baller who has scored a goal for me in the league but hasn't really done much just of yet. It's only been 5 games though. If we do that in this system, we've been really good. Anyhow, into the group stage draw. We've been seeded second, obviously seeded first last year because we won the Europa League. Second seed's about right. I really do think we made it some fun and would have retained our first seed. There's a couple teams that are first seeds that we want. PSV 1, Benfica 2, Krasnodar 3, Juve 4. I wouldn't mind a shot at Juventus. And to be fair, if we got Bayern, who did win it last year, so be it. But I would have loved the chance to get at Bayern. So Group A, B, C, D, they all draw out. Alright, so we obviously off the bat want Group A, C, or G. We want to really avoid Group D or Group H, and we would be okay with Group F or Group E. Because we're a second seed, we do avoid Barcelona mercifully for the millionth time, which is good. We also avoid Liverpool and Man City. We probably would have don't mind playing against Arsenal, Hertha, Napoli, or Salzburg. That's okay. If you look at the third seeds here, we'll worry about that in a second, but there's a few teams that you don't particularly want to get, Dortmund being one, even though we have a good record against them. And the fourth seeds, you probably say you don't want to go to Italy, and so you don't want to get Lazio, but we'll see where we fall out here. So Group B, Group A, we didn't get it. Group B, no. Group C, please. Oh, Barcelona's so lucky. Group D, please not. That's a big group already. I don't particularly want to have last year's champions if I can help it. All right. We've got 2 shots at groups that I don't mind. Obviously, Juve and PSV we want. Real Madrid we don't. All right, PSV, please. Yes. That's a good draw, boys. Maybe it's our time to finally get a good group stage draw. PSV, they're a good side, don't get me wrong. And we've played them in the past, but we've always beaten them in the past, it seems. And Arsenal get Real Madrid. Right, we want to avoid Inter. We want to avoid Leipzig. And we want to avoid Dortmund. Sevilla go out. Dortmund go out. Wow, big group, Group B. Come on, Inter, go out, please. Oh, they did too. Beautiful. Yeah, Leipzig's the next one. Genk go out there. Lyon go in there. I don't mind. I would rather Sporting. Oh, God. Lille. Leipzig. All right, it's okay. We've played Leipzig before. You generally do a good job in Germany, so it's not too bad. Would rather one of the easier sides here. Not Lazio, please. Sparta Prague go out. Shakhtar go out. Ajax go out. Astana go out. Lazio still there. Villarreal go out. Please, Lazio go. Maribor. CSK Moscow. Oh, that's good. All right, so not a bad group. That's actually, by definition, a really good group. We get Leipzig, who we have history against and beating. Got PSV, who we've got history against and beating. And CSK Moscow, who we haven't played. I don't think we've played a Russian team, but we can do a job against. I really do think in terms of that for a group, that's been our easiest group in a very long time. And it's about time that's happened for us as well. I think initial reactions is that it's a tough group away from home. You know, PSV in the Netherlands, never easy. Leipzig away from home, never easy. But that's still a game or still a tie that you do expect to get something out of. At home, I expect to get 9 points, is what I do. If we go back through the years of the Champions League, if we go and filter, I reckon we've had Leipzig a few times. It'll be interesting to see how we check our how we've gone against Leipzig a few times. So there was Leipzig there, wasn't it? Yeah, Group B, we played Leipzig. We beat them 1-0 away from them and drew to them at home. So that's 2 games we haven't lost to them. We had them in the group and we drew 1-1 at home and beat them away from home again. So we played them 4 times yet to lose. And we've had PSV there, and we actually had Leipzig in our group, in our very first Champions League group. We beat them at home and lost away from home. Wow, there we go. We actually had PSV there too. So, you know what? That's actually a nice little story. In our first ever group, we had PSV and we had Leipzig. Who knows? It could potentially have been our last group stage draw and save. That one there. We might have just got PSV and Leipzig again. Anyway, that's a very good draw. In this episode, we'll just sim forward a little bit, and we'll see what games we're giving you. Depends how this league goes. If we go here and we win the first 2 games, and next minute we win, We'll see how it's drawn first, but if it gets to a stage where we're just going to get through the group, easy, that would be nice. Something tells me it's us in the Champions League. We're going to butcher it somewhere, aren't we? But we'll wait and we'll see where we butcher it. As you can see, group stages are drawn. That's fine. We face Leipzig. That's okay. I just want to see the fixtures, please, boys. Who's our first game against? Moscow. Interesting. There we are. So, all right, we got a away trip to Moscow, which is going to be interesting. And then we got PSV. All right, that works out well. So what I'm going to give you in today's episode is I'm going to give you the Moscow PSV game. I'm then going to give you a double header against Leipzig as well. And if we are, say we're on 12 points after all of those games, because it is possible that we beat Moscow and PSV, and if we beat Leipzig home and away, I'll probably just go right to the end of the window, end of the group, and just say here's who we're getting as well, just to cut down on the episodes. But if it becomes quite tight, we'll see how we go. And yeah, and we'll wait and we'll see. Anyway, we'll be back in a second with the Moscow game. Off to Russia we go for the first time in the save. A pretty good draw, an optimistic draw. Maybe its times are turning. Maybe the game realised it absolutely did me hard and did me dirty last episode out, or 2 episodes ago. But the last time out in the Champions League, they've blessed us with a very good group, a group we should top, and hopefully if we do and it opens up the draw yet again, which it could happen for all we know, maybe we're going to be on the right side of a little bit of luck. And maybe that's all we need to really win this Champions League. Welcome back, YouTube. It is now time for us to play CSK Moscow. As you can see from behind me, it is a brand new day. It is the Sunday. I will be going live shortly. However, my video that I have uploaded this morning is still processing. If you are interested in your golf, we did release a golf vlog video this morning, an hour and 10 minutes long. Hit some really good shots. It was a very good round, but with that processing, don't want to go live and then have it all lag. So we're here and playing CSK Moscow. It's a bit of a YouTube only exclusive. We'll be playing obviously PSV in a second as well, plan to be live for that. In the league, however, we have done okay, but we just drawn a game 1-1, and it makes me just really, really disgusted that we've drawn a game like this, because we've dominated, we haven't scored, and look at the goal we've scored to do it, and Smith missed a penalty. I swear every time we miss a penalty, we end up drawing or losing in the league. It's just like FM going, yeah, you're gonna get FM'd here. But Ravel has just scored one of the best goals we have ever seen scored at SFB. Unfortunately, it's in a game that isn't really important, and we did concede in. But have a look at this for a strike. So Lars with the ball, he doesn't have much on, and you're like going, well, you could whip it into a 1v4 or maybe try and pick Smitty out. No. Just we're gonna slow this down and just really savour this. Lars puts a ball in, Ravel's here, and as he comes in, he hits it on the volley, right-footed, and that's why we've signed him to play inverted wing-back for us, boys. We're training him in there. He's actually already accomplished, and it hasn't even been 6 months. I think he's going to be a sensational little player, is Ravel, and I am so glad he scored that. He's not even going to make it onto the bench, but he's a bit of a wonder kid here. He's looking really good, and he's going to get a lot of game time, and I do think he has the potential to be better than Ibe, which is crazy considering Ibe's pretty well classed. Anyway, in terms of us, this should be the easiest away tie we get. I don't think it's ever easy going to Russia, but I feel like we get on top and score first early, we'll be okay. As you can tell, the team is in a pretty good spot. Carlos coming back from injury. It's his first real game back. He played 60 minutes last game out. Abad didn't play last game out because he was slightly injured, but he's okay. Bloom on the right-hand side. Rensheng and Carlos have a very good understanding. Ibe on the left. Vertoot's been looking really good in the ball-winning midfielder role. Nildo in the Mazzala has been absolutely outstanding, averaging an 8.1 at the minute. Ronald is still pretty upset about not going to PSG, but playing in the middle. William Smith, like I said, missed the penalty. He's just not been particularly great. Carlos on the right-hand side with Nielsen up top. I am going to go to my penalties. I don't know who is going to take him. We do have the baller that can take him, and then outside of that, we don't really have anyone. Smith's a pretty good choice. I'm actually going to give it to Nildo. Nildo looks like a guy that would probably bury chances, even though he has pretty low penalty taking. I guess next time we look for a player, we need to look and see if he can take a penalty for me, because we don't score our fair share. Anyway, we do have CSK Moscow. In terms of people that I know here, I don't know any of them. I know that Pascal was like their best player, but with most teams around Europe and how much scouting I do, I kind of know who's who from what team. I look at Russia, but no one really at Moscow has ever really come out and gone, oh yeah, he's good. Anyway, we'll have a look at the team. Carlos in goal is pretty handy keeper, but no means great. The fullback we should be able to get at, to be fair. The centre-back is well-rounded, lacks a little bit in the air, so maybe Nielsen can do a job. And the other centre back, though, very well-rounded, 6 foot, the Zimbabwean international. Love to see a Zimbabwean out there. Zenon, left back, is actually pretty good. Probably limited a little bit going forward, but looks pretty decent. Mario Paz through the middle. Bit more defensively minded. Good tackler. Should be pretty experienced Uruguayan international. He might prove a little bit of a handful. We then have Cavidan. And he looks not bad either. Two very physical, sort of defensively minded centre mids, but should help him. As you can see, Pascal, probably their best player, got good crossing and good physicals, so should be able to do a job. The Russian on the right. Sazbo there from the middle looks pretty decent as well in the middle of the park and pick a pass. And on the left-hand side, the very pacey Russian winger at 27 with Magmo Yerostov up top. Not the most clinical striker, but not bad. Look, judging by that starting 11, we should be winning this game fairly comfortably. That is a pretty good team to pick up here. If that's their best lineup, or what they perceive as their best lineup for a big game in Russia, we should be okay as long as we play our best football. 10 minutes in, yet I see a chance in this game. We do need a win, obviously, and we will reverse the camera as they go long. Can we win it in the middle of the park? Don't even need to. Falls to Rensheng, Bloom, Carlos been in wonderful form. Looks for Ibe, good touch. Ball out to Smith, and this is where Smith, I want him. Getting balls into the box because he's good at this, good at beating a man. In the end, beats him. Good ball in. What a ball to Carlos. That's 16 crossing, and it's 1-0 inside 15 minutes. Carlos with the tap in. He's been fantastic, and Smith with the assist. Maybe gets a little lucky here. I don't know if he's actually trying to beat the man or he's trying to whip a ball in. Sort of try to beat him, sort of try to whip it in. But look at that. Right foot, non-preferred, with pressure, and he just picked Carlos out of the back stick. That's unreal. We're 1-0 up. Was also, by the way, very tempted to also play 4-4-2 here, knowing that we should beat CSK Moscow pretty comfortably. In the end, though, one goal to the good, and in this 4-3 and how defensively minded it usually is, should be okay here. 30 minutes played, would love a second if we could as well. Would love to see Nildo start dominating this game. It's not happening at the moment. Smith's picked up a gashed lower leg. I will leave him out there for now and see what he's kind of like at half-time. Throw in Ibe, Ronald. First time back to Ibe, which is good football. And he looked for Smith. Smith's there. He's got numbers across the way. And, you know, that crossing from William Smith, well, it's Wim Smith, is fantastic. And Nilsson scores yet again, the Brazilian wonder kid. He's now the new number 9, as in, like, he is the one we go with. 2-0 ups at the minute, which is really good to see. A good little ball here from Ibe. A good run from Wim Smith. And with that 16 crossing, we brought him in because he's so physically good and so good at the crossing. And he's got world-class potential and been playing so well at Anderlecht. Belgium International has 2 assists. Leipzig, by the way, 3-0 up in Germany against PSV, who are the top seeds. We're 2-0 up here. Smith having a pretty good game, so I'm going to leave him out there now. He does have that gashed leg, so might get him off here pretty soon. And you know what? 2-0 up. I don't think we need to risk him. Jefferson, by the way, scored finally his first goal for Peru. And he's going to come in on the left-hand side. And Vitu on a booking. He's been playing pretty well, but Neri knows the role really well and has very good understanding with Nildo and Ronald, so we'll make the double change. 2-0 to the good. They're yet to have a shot, which is really good as well. Would love Jefferson getting booked. I was about to say would love not to see a red card and then Jefferson gets booked. All right, Pascal down this left-hand side. Good tackle from Ibe. And he does win the ball back, and Ibe now inside with the ball. Looking for Nildo. You're not going to pick him out like that. I haven't really seen much of Nildo in this game. He has been really good in this Mazzala role, though. So, yeah, that's an interesting ball. In the end, it was well played. And here come CSK Moscow. A goal right now would make the nerves jangle, which would not make me very confident. Vostrikov with a touch in the Sazbo. Lapshov. Very well built up this from CSK Moscow. They deserve a goal in the end. Ibe wins it. Nilsson by himself takes the touch. What a touch. Nilsson, the Brazilian, just fires wide. Probably didn't deserve really a highlight from that, but at the minute, looking pretty good. And look, can't really complain. 71 minutes played. Ronald's not had his best game with this game being over. We'll get Somariva in, get his match fitness back up as well. Somariva has looked okay in this advanced playmaker and attack role, but not particularly great. Would love to see him dictate more games, but at the minute, not bad. Time ticking away here. Obviously, 2-0 to the good. They're yet to have a shot on target, which is good as well. Thomas Olsen, Nürnberg, a player that we've played a lot against, has made it 4-1 for PSV. But I'm pretty happy. Clean sheet, back four played pretty well, and a pretty cruisy win. Barring a couple of chances for him, we looked pretty good. And in the end, look, that's all I asked for, you know. Smith looked really good. Sender Bloom had a pretty good game out. Nilsson scored. I can't ask for too much more than that. I'm really, really happy with that. It's a 2-0 win. We beat CSK Moscow in Russia, which always could be a dangerous game. Doesn't need to be though, and is it there? And we are 2-0 winners in our first game in the group. So look, pretty happy with that. Our confidence is pretty complete. And now we play PSV at home in what is a bit of a danger game, but a game nonetheless that hopefully we win. You know, PSV have to probably go and get a result here after losing 4-1 against Leipzig. Leipzig obviously top of the group because of the goals scored and the goal difference. The goal difference of 3. And Leipzig do have host CSK Moscow. So actually Leipzig have a very good start. 2 home ties first up, get the 6 points. Always in a very commanding position. Hopefully, though, CSK Moscow can do us a favour, but I didn't see much of them then to say that they could. Anyhow, I'll see you guys in a second for the PSV tie. If we could win that one, they're in a pretty commanding spot, and hopefully we will, but it'll be interesting to see how well we can do. I'll see you guys in a second. Don't go anywhere. PSV coming up, and hopefully we will be on 6 points from 2 games. Welcome back, YouTube. Last part of episode 151. We do have PSV in Group G here. Match day number 2 coming up. We have obviously also played Vidborg and Copenhagen, won 4-1 and 4-2. Unfortunately for ourselves, though, we've had an injury to Ludovic Vatut. I wouldn't say he's our star DM, but he's one of the guys we're putting a lot of eggs in his basket. Fortunately, he's out for the next 2 to 4 weeks, so he's going to miss this one. Diego Neri, though, has been playing really well, knows the role really well, and has a very good understanding with Ronald Nildo after last season. Obviously, we had Vatut out on loan at Roma. He's going to come straight in, and that's pretty good as well. Our team is pretty solid at the minute, too. Everyone at 3-star is obviously of a star little player here in Denmark. I don't know why I said Belgium. Paul does a Belgium save. Celta Bruges, go watch. Yeah, we should be all right. As you can see, a lot of interest in our team, as you would imagine, as well. Beat Vidborg and Copenhagen. Important to note the Baller scored a brace against Copenhagen when we rotated. That's always very nice. We are playing at the same time. Leipzig should be on 6 points. Had 2 home games and should beat PSV and CSK Moscow. We, however, could have already played an away game and a home game and be on 6 points with them, and that could be huge as well, knowing that we got Leipzig next episode. In terms of the team, Bads in goals, Bloom, Renchen, Carlos and Ivan, Neri, Ronald, Nildo, Carlos, Wim Smet, and Nielsen is up top. The Baller on the bench with Lars, Jefferson on the bench with Somariva, Ravel and Alves the preferred defensive options, especially with Ravel scoring again in the league, and obviously Dominic on the bench hopefully doesn't have to be used as well. I've just fallen out of favour with Molgard. He's just not been cutting the mustard of late, and Kurtagard on loan has been looking really good. I'm preparing for him after the fact to have Kurtagard playing in this side next season. I'll show you Kurtagard at a later stage, I reckon. Anyhow, score prediction on the chat. We are, of course, live here. This is a massive game, and we need to get a win if possible. You know, I think we're good enough to win. We have played PSV over the years, like I did state at the start of episode 151, and I do think we are the better side and should be beating them. However, it's never easy playing against the first seed in the group. Yes, I know Leipzig's pumped them, but we should be ready for the immediate reaction of that. I was tempted also, by the way, to play 4-4-2 here and just like go after him from minute 1. I'm not going to. I'm still going to play 4-3, knowing that we can score goals in the 4-3 with the advanced playmaker Mazzala roles. Stricken goals is not a bad little Slovenian goalkeeper. Luka Wirtz, pretty well-rounded, pretty physical, mental fullback. Not very good technically. You can get at him a little bit. Centre-back there, the 28-year-old Frenchman's okay. Mohamed Lander is pretty decent, 6'2" as well. Nielsen will have a bit of time. And they've got an out-and-out defender playing left mid. So we should see Carlos, a world-class winger, and Nildo, who goes on that side in the Mazzala role, really double-team Domingo, and hopefully it'll be okay. Sahin in the middle of the park, probably one of their better players, very good. Leban as well, very good midfielder. They got a good midfield too there. De Win's very quick, a wonder kid. The 19-year-old will eventually probably be capped by the Netherlands. Very good winger, good dribbling too. Diaz, the 30-year-old, has been capped by Portugal twice. One of their more experienced and better players. Pancrasio, an Italian international, bit over the hill, can still do a job though, and up front is Milo Sanders, their best player, a guy that's been capped by the Netherlands 9 times, a very good player indeed. It's a team that we should be beating on paper. They're better than what CSK Moscow are, but not too much. On paper, we really should be beating sides like this. Anyway, it's Denmark, we're in the white, and they're in the blue. Our famous white and black. Can we go and win this game and leave ourselves in a good position to hopefully be top in the group? A bad Rensheng now. Early highlight inside a minute. Good switch out to William Smet, and he's going to be able to go on a run. Finds Ibe. Ibe drives inside. Ronald's with him. They've got options of Nildo as well. He's going himself. Ibe might go for goal. Wasn't a bad side. I test the keeper early, just a bit wide. I don't mind that. That's positive. And there we go. I'm just going to put it out there. Ravel would have scored because he's a bit of a freak, the Brazilian. But anyway, good start. And it's a throw-in high up the field. And Bloom throws. Carlos doesn't win the header. Should be Neri's ball. Well done. Ronald now. Ball out to Bloom. Has time as Nildo on the cart. Nildo can beat a man. Instead, he looks to whip. Carlos. Bang. 1-0. Ronald heads down. Carlos finishes. Inside 10 minutes, we have our lead. And that's what you want against the number 1 seeds in the group PSV. They seem to be winning the Dutch League a lot, but the quality of this side isn't a sort of side that you see winning the Dutch League a lot. But anyway, Ronald knocks down Carlos and bang. They might just be a side that's got really good dynamics. So we should be careful of them playing some good football, but dominating the game and away we go. Good to see you, Ark. How are you? Nice time for you to come in as well. 15 minutes play, been all us here in the 4-3-3, looking very controlled at the minute. 2 goals would be great, clean sheet, and obviously we get all the biscuits. Bloom now with the ball. Carlos knows how to run at people, and away he goes, taking his man on. Can he get a ball across the box? Still going, cuts it. Nildo can't get a turn, finds in the Bloom. Ronald! It's 2. I'm doing a lot better now. That one's phoning Art. Good to see you though, my man. And it's 2-0. 2-0 inside 20. Nildo with the presence of mind to cut back instead of shoot. And it is 2. Carlos going on a nice run. Picks the run out of Nildo. Doesn't shoot from the impossible angle. Instead lays in the Bloom. He just side foots it to Ronald. And he ain't missing that. The advanced playmaker and attack and the Mazzala works so well with getting people into the box to help out the number 9 in Nielsen. Just takes the pressure off the Brazilian a little bit as well. And look, I feel like we found our best roles in this system. Not saying the box-to-box midfielder did anything wrong. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Just didn't get as far forward. And when we're playing sides that we dominate, we sometimes find it hard to break them down with only 1 person buzzing around the 9. Looks like with 2, we do it right. Anyway, highlight from kickoff, and that's a good ball out. A goal for PSV right now would make it this all a little bit nervous. De Wind, Ronald tackles, falls back to him. That's a ball in towards Sanders. What a save. Edison just left. Oh, that's not good news. No, that's sad, Ark. That's not what I want to hear. Focus on the YouTube episode first, and then I'll talk about that as well. Anyway, Carlos with the ball. That's thrown me a little bit, that news. Fuck. Carlos cuts it. Nildo. Carlos again. Ball in, cleared away. Leban. Can we win that? We don't. A good ball out to Wirtz, to be fair, and that's going to be the end of the highlight. 21 minutes played. Carlos with the ball. Into Ronald. Into Nildo. Touches in the Bloom. Great touch from Nildo. Here he goes. Nildo! It's free. And we are dominating PSV. 20 minutes in. We're 3-0 up. Nildo scores. I'm telling you, the Mazzala role. It's so important to out to this system. And the advanced playmate. Oh, look, we've never had a Mazzala be good for us, but Nildo's the perfect Mazzala. In the end, 1 touch, near stick. Thanks for coming. It's 3-0. And we are flying. And away we go at the minute. Anyway, Neri. Touch into Nildo. Back into Neri. Could we make it 4 maybe? Bloom. Nielsen. Carlos. Nielsen. Didn't turn. Played Neri again. Ronald. Ball out towards Carlos. What a ball from Ronald. Can he find a pass out? Nildo now. Ball in. Ronald. It's 4. We're all over him. 25 minutes played. And the 4-3-3 is absolutely thumping PSV. It's exactly what you want to see. And we are on fire, boys. A nervy little game this could have been. And we've gone, don't worry, boss, we're good. Nildo took a slight deflection anyway. Into Ronald. The ball movement, though, to lead up for that goal. The ball out from Ronald to Carlos. Unbelievable. And CSKA Moscow were leading against Leipzig. But now leading against Leipzig. That Leipzig final goal to go back level. Which, at the minute, we would be top of the group. Which would not be bad. Anyway, the midfield's having an absolute weldy. Ronald, Nildo, and Neri do play very well together. CSKA Moscow leading again in Germany. Wow. CSKA Moscow doing bits. Imagine if we win, CSKA win as well. That would be huge. Puts us in a great spot. Great tackle. Falls back to Bloom, though. Nildo still wants it. Ignored a little bit. Bloom's going to go for goal, isn't he? It wasn't a bad effort. You barely see him score, ever. He's hit one from distance once and was an absolute belter. Anyway, 4-0 up here in Denmark. And nothing else really to say, but we're on fire. And it is dynamite. And away we go. This has been a very complete performance. It's probably one of our most complete performances in the Champions League. This and when we beat City 3-all. Anyway, Leipzig find a leveller for 2-all there. If they could drop points, it'd be great. A draw is a really good result for us as well. Anyway, 65 minutes played, time ticking away here. Ronald's very far out, but we've seen him score from here before. In the end, Strick will take that comfortably. You're having a very, very, very good game. The ball does go long, and it is Bloom. Knocks down Smet. Ronald now can go. He's running with it. Nildo wants it. Gets it. Nildo touches. Inside. In the end, it's a great save from the PSV goalkeeper. Or else it was 5. The midfielder's having an worldie of a day. We are going to make a change here in a second to kind of get people on the field and rest a couple others. Anyway, Ronald, Nildo, ball in. Someone was offside as well. We are going to take this opportunity to make a change. Nielsen hasn't scored, but done really well. We'll get the baller on, and I am going to get Carlos off for Lars as well. We'll leave it one more change for in a second as well, a little bit later in the game. And there we go. Anyway, the baller's on. He's in good goal-scoring form as well, the baller. Lars going on a run. It's important to keep this guy playing as well, keep him happy. Finds Nildo, goes for goal. Great save there from Shirk. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper this half, could have been 7 or 8, really. In the end, this is as comfortable as a Champions League game could be. Lars, ball, Nildo, ball in. Smith should have scored, really. Someone was offside in the build-up there. Apparently, Nildo was. Don't know. Another highlight, though. Game is absolutely taking forever to finish because the highlights are flying in. Bloom, Rensheng has options inside. Finds Neri, who's maybe just played himself into some more first-team football. Nildo, I'm going to hit that, aren't you? Over the bar. Ravel would have scored. Just going to put it out there. Ravel would have scored. All right, we are going to make our last change here, and it will be Ravel for Ibe. Why not? Give him some more game time. He's learning this role, and may as well give him 20 minutes here to learn it as well. Time ticks away here. 4-0 to the good. Look really good. It's all about keeping a clean sheet now if we could. And time ticks away. It would also be nice to see if CSK can hold on for the 2-all draw in Germany. Time ticks. 90 minutes played. And that is full time. We win 4-0. More importantly, what was the score in Germany? It's a very good win. Well done, guys. I'm superbly happy with that. And I think that is as good as it's going to get for us in the Champions League. Superb win. We put ourselves in prime position. Yeah, they did draw. Wow. 2-all draw. Moscow led both times as well, I believe. Where are we? Yeah, they led in the 7th minute and in the 28th minute they led as well. We are 2 points clear of Leipzig. All of a sudden, a draw. 2 draws is a very good spot. All of a sudden, we draw both games of Leipzig. We beat PSV away. We beat Moscow at home. And we will be in a very good position to top the group. That is a great result for us. That puts us in prime position. We're top of the tree with 2 games played. We're the only team to win both games as well. Leipzig screwed the pooch against Moscow at home. Hopefully that means that we can go and capitalise and we have Leipzig in a doubleheader next game out. We'll say if we do beat Leipzig home and away, I'm just going to also in that episode give you the group stage, the knockout draw, because it'd be 99% certain that we would top the group as well. But it's Leipzig. They could turn out and they could beat us home and away, and all of a sudden we're fighting to stay in the group / finish second. And yeah. Anyway, from Damon and everybody else here, that is as good as an episode's going to get. Episode 151. We got a good draw for once. We have gone and beaten Moscow in Russia, and we have gone and beaten PSV, the first seeds, comfortably at home. I'll see you next time for the Leipzig doubleheader. And hopefully there we can top the group. You just never know if we string these performances together. Could this year finally be the year?